First, if I could just welcome our staff, our board, and also the AFLW steering committee that put a lot of work into our preparation for AFLW. Today's a really important day for the Port Adelaide Footy Club in the context of building the Port Adelaide of the future, where young girls and men will be able to represent the club from next year onwards. And I'm thrilled today to announce that our Head of AFLW will be Juliet Haslam. Juliet brings a wealth of personal experience and knowledge in elite women's sport as both a player and administrator. She's one of South Australia's most decorated athletes in her own right. She's a two-time Olympic gold medalist, 2 World Cups, 5 Champions trophies, and was named in the Australian Women's Hockey Team of the Century. So an incredible record in her own right as an athlete and as a player. Upon retiring, she's also built a really impressive corporate career working with organisations including Coca-Cola, Sarah Holmes. She's also served on the boards of Hockey South Australia, Hockey Australia, and the South Australian Sports Institute, and most recently has worked with the Australian Institute of Sport's Gold Medal Ready program, preparing and helping our Australian Olympic athletes for the Tokyo Games. So Juliet's experience in working with elite athletes across a whole range of sports, and her knowledge of that brings a really deep understanding of what it takes to be an elite athlete, and to bring that to AFLW we're really excited about. She's also got a really deep understanding of the business of sport, which is invaluable as we set about not only building a really successful AFLW program on field, but also integrating AFLW into our business. Juliet's an outstanding person. She's got great leadership qualities with values that align with our club, and I couldn't think of a better person to be leading our AFLW program. In more great news today, before we hand over to Juliet, I'd also like to announce that MG Motor, Santos, GFG and KFC are all committed to our club as foundation partners for AFLW, and it's great to have Mark from MG and Robin from Santos. Great to have you both here, and you can see from the Guernseys here today that MG have elevated and will be our front of Guernsey partner, and Santos proudly on the back, along with KFC and GFG are also on that journey. So we've got a really strong commercial foundation to kick off our entry into AFLW. So would you please join me in congratulating Juliet Haslam as our Head of AFLW.
Thanks, Matthew. Certainly very proud and excited to be joining Port Adelaide as the inaugural Head of AFLW. It really is both a privilege and a great opportunity to be part of building a program here from the ground up. The entire club has a bold vision and has positioned itself for sustained success both on and off the field for many years to come. Through my experience in elite women's sport, both as a player and administrator, I know I bring a unique skill set to implement systems of excellence for our AFLW program here at Port Adelaide. I also know I have a lot to learn, and I can't wait to work with Matthew, Chris Davies and so many others on the development of the AFLW program. Of course, my family and I have a rich history here at the club. My dad played for Port Adelaide, my husband Andrew played in 4 premierships, and Port Adelaide has always been a huge part of my life. But I reiterate, it's the future that excites me the most. Port Adelaide has always been a successful, inclusive, progressive club, and I look forward to building on that culture and implementing an AFLW program that gives Port Adelaide every chance of sustained success. After all, this club has existed to win premierships for more than 150 years, and this expectation will also apply to our AFLW program. I'm very proud to take on this role here at Port Adelaide. It's such an exciting time, and I just can't wait to get started. Juliet, what's the first point of business? First point of business, definitely, I guess, providing leadership to the AFLW program, and certainly looking to build the program from the ground up, working closely with best in the business, with Chris Davies and many other people at the club. It's been incredibly welcoming and the support that I've already received in the last day or so has been amazing. So obviously being able to integrate the women's sport program into the club is crucial as well.
And is appointing a coach, is that one of the first priorities?
Yeah, I think list manager, coach, there are some key appointments definitely we need to make. The club has, I guess, always been very committed to gender diversity. So I guess ideally we'd love to see a female head coach. However, we'll be getting the right person for the job and ensuring that we put a lot of fantastic support around whoever that coach may be.
So it won't necessarily be a female coach, is that just the best person?
Yeah, so our intent is that it will be a female coach, but as Juliet said, we'll get the best person for the role. But I think really important, we've talked about this as part of our submission with AFLW, is it's really important that we provide opportunities for women right through the pathway, and coaching is one of those things. So our intent is absolutely for, ideally, to have a woman in that role.
Do you have a date for when you're going to have a coach and list manager, things like that, Dumba?
No, look, I think some of those other roles will come before the coach. I think the coach will happen probably a little bit later into the new year.
Juliet, how does it sit with, this is a landmark position now that you're in. How does it sit with you as a first effectively AFLW boss in the AFLW?
Yeah, look, incredibly excited. Bit overwhelmed, to be honest, but look, really looking forward to it. I've been a passionate supporter all my life. From the early years of crawling around the grandstands at Alberton, watching my dad play, marrying into the Obst family, and in fact actually even been fortunate enough to have played in the 2004 Women's Showdown, where we did beat the Crows. But again, there's a lot of fantastic history there, but it is that looking forward to the future that I'm really excited about. This is an outstanding professional club, and I think this is a really unique and special opportunity, and I can't wait to start building this program right from the beginning.
I know you just touched on it, but Port Adelaide is in the blood. So what does it mean to you?
Everything, yeah, absolutely. It's a very special club. Yes, it's something that has always been important to me, to my family, to so many people in South Australia. I mean, it is an incredibly inclusive club, and I think we want to continue to create that inclusion, diversity, with and making sure we have all the right people involved in this AFLW program, which we absolutely will be doing.
And having grown up, obviously not able to play AFLW, watching your dad play, your husband play, how important is it? Do you think this opportunity would ever arise for girls?
Yeah, I know, it's crazy, isn't it? I think so many years ago that opportunity just wasn't there, and to be able to now have this pathway for so many young girls and young females to be able to play AFL footy is it's incredible. And you've seen, I think in the last probably 4 or 5 years, the incredible amount of growth in girls playing football. I think it's 20% year on year growth in South Australia, which is quite phenomenal. So there is a really significant, rich talent and talent pool within South Australia. So just having more role models for those girls and to be able to give them a second club to be able to come to in South Australia.
What's your role encompassing? What are you going to be doing?
I guess, again, basically providing leadership for the AFLW program. We certainly, right from the beginning, we'll be building that program, so there's a fair bit of work to do there. And having said that, the club has already been quite amazing, and there's a women's steering committee. There's already an integration plan, which we'll be looking to fulfil once we get underway. But the club has been amazing in already putting so many things in place. But building that program into the most successful program that we can make it. And also, I guess once we have the team on board, it's then creating that excellent high performance environment. So ensuring that the players are, I guess, we want them to thrive on and off the field. So there'll be a wellbeing aspect to that as well.
The name Erin Phillips keeps bobbing up with the Port people. Is she someone you'd make a phone call to for either coaching or playing down the track?
Yeah, I was pretty sure I was going to get asked this question. Look, Erin is an incredibly talented player. She is a great person. She's a great role model. She has a strong family history here at Port Adelaide as well. But with respect to Erin, she is under contract and no doubt focusing on preparing for the AFLW season coming up. And I guess I probably don't want to get drawn into talking about individuals. Obviously the focus is on building this program sort of here and now. But yeah, she's an amazing athlete, certainly.
you imagined what that first showdown would be like?
Absolutely. I've had dreams about that already. It would be absolutely incredible. Really excited. I mean, it really, to bring the best rivalry in the AFL to AFLW is just incredibly exciting. And, you know, who knows, it would be lovely to see them playing in the Prison Bar Guernseys. We'll leave that one to Matthew. But, yeah, very exciting to even consider that first showdown, how amazing that will be.
Has the AFL let you know yet when you can start signing players or start building your team in a tangible kind of way?
No, not really sure on that one. That's probably a
I think
Chris,
Juliet's had
Matthew.
information overload today with a workshop with AFLW, but I think that'll be sort of halfway through next year once the draft cycle starts to happen and they've worked out how they're going to compile the lists.
Richard, how many candidates went for the role and what sort of calibre were they?
Yeah, look, we were blown away by the not only the number but also the quality, and we did speak to quite a few people, and there are some incredible people out there, and I think as I said earlier, the thing that really Juliet in her own right, you think about what she's achieved as an elite athlete at the highest level, plus her corporate career, was really quite a unique skill set that was important in this role in particular, because there's absolutely the on-field side and building an elite sports program, but also really importantly the integration across into the commercial aspects of the club are really important, and then I guess it was just a bonus at the end that Juliet also had a really good understanding of Port Adelaide. So yeah, we were thrilled with the fact that Juliet was interested in the role, and yeah, as I said earlier, I don't think there's a better person that could be leading our AFLW program.
And it's a full-time role?
Yes, indeed. Yes, definitely a full-time role. So it will be amazing. Looking forward to getting down to the club and getting involved. I won't start till mid-December. I'm still doing some work with the Australian Institute of Sport at the moment and various projects, but yeah, can't wait to get started.